Hey, it's Ethan here at eTrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at and showing you how to install these Pewag Brenta C Tire Chains on our 2021 Chrysler Pacifica. These are going to be on tire size 235, 65, 17. Make sure you check your tire size and then the fit guide on etrailer.com to get the right chains for your car. Also, these are going to be on the front axle of our Pacifica. Make sure you check the owner's manual to make sure you're getting the chains on the right axle for your car. These chains are going to be really useful if you live in an area that gets a decent amount of moderate snow and maybe some light ice. They're going to hold up to that and give you really good coverage on the tire because they do have that diamond pattern, which again does give you that coverage. It really helps out with turns. Not as useful for starting and stopping, but it keeps a lower profile so you're not going to feel it as much while you're driving. The links themselves are square and they do go across your tire. They are going to, again, help biting into some of that ice because they do have that square edge. They're made of a titanium alloy, so they're going to really hold up against rust, corrosion, and they're going to get a couple more seasons out of these at least compared to a low carbon steel chain. On the front, you can see that there are these colored chains. Those have a nice powder coat finish, so whenever you're on the side of the road, if it's freezing cold out, your hands won't stick to them. Also, including the assisted tensioning cable, it's got the knife pad, and that powder coat is going to help prevent any damages to the rims while you're driving. I mentioned that low profile earlier, and the chains do meet Class S compatibility standards, so we do have some limited wheel well clearance on our car here, but we don't necessarily have to worry about that because they are Class S, which means that they work well with limited wheel well clearance. The chains come two to a set in this nice, hard, protective outer shell. It really does a good job of keeping the chain secure and in place. Inside you'll see that there are instructions, some extra parts, and this is where the chains are going to sit. So again, they do a nice job of keeping the chains in and the weather out. And as far as the installation goes, it's really straightforward. You don't have to get down and around your tire, which can be really helpful, and it's pretty straightforward. We always recommend you trying it out in your garage beforehand, before you're stuck on the side of the road figuring it out. You can check out how we did it right now. First thing we like to do is to lay our chains out flat. We just want to make sure that nothing is caught up or twisted or tangled, especially with this assisted tensioning cable. It definitely is long, so it tends to get wrapped around things. You want to make sure that this gap here is in the middle. That's where the tire is going to go. You want to make sure that the chains are facing the right way. So to do that, you want to check these hoops at the end of each set of links. Make sure that the flat side is the side that's going to be making contact with the tread of your tire. If it's facing up, as it is right now, you should be good to go. Once you have the chains all centered up, the next thing we're going to do is wrap one side around the tire. I like to do the side that doesn't have the assisted tensioning cable, again because it is really long. It does tend to get stuck up behind things. So I'll just try to take a little bit of extra time to pull the chains through and make sure everything is even. It's just going to make our lives easier when we go to make our first connection up at the top. Once we have the chains where we want them to be, we'll grab each side of this long yellow tube and we'll come up around the back side and we'll fit this hook into this catch on the other side, eyelet. Just feed it through and snap it into place. And then again, we'll try to drape the rest of the chains down and around the outside of our tire. We have it just a little bit twisted here. That's definitely a possibility for you as well. So just be patient with it and do your best to even things out. Once we've draped the chains around, we actually had a little bit of struggle because this yellow hook got caught somewhere it wasn't supposed to be. So if you have trouble, that might be the culprit. But now we'll use that yellow hook and fit it into this yellow loose link on the other side for our second connection, just like that right there. And then we'll do our best again to even things out. Down here at the bottom is when we'll use our assisted tensioning cable. We'll feed it through this red catch down at the bottom. Everything is color coordinated, so it's nice and you know where everything is going to connect. Pull these links through as far as we can, and then we'll use these hoops around the other side. This one just got folded down a little bit, so I'll fold that back up. Try to get as many as you can while still being able to get enough tension to go across. So in this case, I'll go for the second one as well, and that's probably going to be enough to get us a good tension up here on the other side, just like that. Once you have the assisted tension cable where you want it to be, make sure you install the chains on your driver's side tire as well. We always recommend just rolling forward or backwards a few times to make sure that everything is in place, and then you're ready to go. As far as chains go for this car, I think that the Brenta C are one of the best options. I love that assisted tension cable, the fact that it's built in. It's going to be really durable, and they're super easy to install. This was just a look at those Pewag Brenta C Snow tire chains and how they fit on our 2021 Chrysler Pacifica.